What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Talkz Cheap podcast. We're on episode number 7. Is that right, Stevie Ray? Episode number 7?
Yep. Number 7, man.
Number 7. And today we got our most special guest yet, Samwise, coming out of Florida, the skateboarder of our century right now, representing. Anyways, good to have you on here. We really appreciate you hopping on.
Much love, D. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
No doubt. Thank you for coming by, man.
Yo, for real. Thank you, Stevie.
So I just want to let the viewers know that we had a bit of a scheduling issue. We're on different time zones, which led to a bunch of confusion. But Samwise, being the chill dude that he is, graciously let us wait for Stevie Ray. Stevie Ray made it home in a jiffy, and we're live now. All right, cool. So if you watch our episodes before, we like to start off every episode with the icebreaker. But with Stevie Ray not necessarily having a skateboarding background, we're going to do a couple of icebreakers starting off. This one's for Samwise. If you could assemble a dream team of 4 skateboarders to tour the world with, who would you pick and why?
Damn. Okay,
Past or present. So it doesn't have to be like today. It could be like from childhood, growing up, whatever.
Well, okay, so first name, Daywan. Daywan Song, obviously. You know, he's been supporting my channel. He's been one of my favorite skaters growing up, and absolute legend. He's 50 years old and still doing tricks that none of us can do.
That blow our mind.
Daywan Song going on tour. Chad Muska is going on tour. He was a big influence growing up. We're bringing Tom Penny. Because I try to mimic his style as much as I can, and just absolute legend in the industry. So, and then, damn, number 4, Steve Caballero. Steve Caballero's coming on. He was my first favorite skater ever. Still my favorite skater, and nothing but love for Steve Cab. And he's still doing it. He's still going hard, and he's still skateboarding. And yeah, so that's my 4 people right there.
Solid. And so just to kind of follow up on that,
monster, man.
Daewoo's song is, I seen something. Does he not use any bushings on his trucks?
Yeah,
Or is that a myth?
I don't know what he does. He's like skate god status, so like
Yeah.
So like whatever he does, he does. I've seen his trucks, and yeah, they're like,
Yeah,
but it works for him. I like me personally, I like my trucks real tight. So like, I don't know how he doesn't wheel bite,
yeah,
all the time, but when you're the god of skateboarding, it doesn't matter.
yeah. Hey,
no doubt.
bushings are for the mortals.
I guess so, man. I mean, like Daywan Song, like, he's like pretty much, he's pretty much like the best skateboarder ever, period. So, like, at least when it comes to street and technicality and style, it's hard to put all that together sometimes, and he did it. He accomplished it. And he's still mind blowing to this day. Go to his Instagram, watch his last video.
Legend.
Probably skated 2 days ago. And that trick still blows your mind. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So much respect to Daywan, nothing but love.
Heck yeah. What about you, Stevie? You want to take a stab at it?
At my 4? Shit. I like shit. Number 1 would be Rodney Mullen.
Rodney Mullen, heck yeah.
Yeah, Rodney Mullen. Number 2, like, all right, you want to go, you want to go like all right, let's do number 2. Let's do Steve for number 2. We just talked about him. Huh?
Stevie Williams?
No, Steve Cabarella.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yep. Number 2, and then
Stevie Williams up too, though.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, and then I would have to. You know what? For number 3, I'm just gonna do 3. And number 3, I'm gonna throw Hawk because he's gonna fuck up Vert. You know what I mean? He's gonna kill the Vert.
The legend himself.
Mm-hmm. But Rodney Mullen's my top, man. I love Rodney.
Hell yeah.
All right, so how many was that? 3?
That was 3, yeah.
All
what
right,
you got before?
One more to go on tour the world with.
You know what? I'm just thinking my favorite here, one of my other favorites he already said though is Chad Muska. So I'll probably throw Chad at number 4. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I loved him since the game. Shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure. All right, cool. Well, yep, I'm going with Chad Muska as well.
Yeah, Chad.
Jamie Thomas. I'm gonna throw
Hell
him.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw
Jamie
Jamie Thomas
Thomas,
on
yeah.
there.
Hell yeah.
And I'm gonna throw you on our team, Samwise. Hey, you're going on tour with us or
Oh,
touring the world, because those
I
long
appreciate it. Much love.
hey, but long days, long nights, you're a chill dude, so you gotta have good friends, good company.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
That's
and
good.
last
That's
but not least,
crazy.
my buddy Jose Rojo. I grew
Okay.
up skateboarding with him from San Jose. Skates for Enjoy Skateboards.
That's
Gotcha.
legit, bro.
Yeah.
That's legit.
Yeah. So, and then this is a kind of another icebreaker. I wanted to do a follow-up one with that, just a quick one. So, growing up skateboarding, a lot of times you're on the go. So, what was your favorite after school childhood snack growing
That's
up?
a good one, bro. That's a
Yeah.
good one.
What was your go-to?
Shit. Oh
Hey,
man.
there's so many.
I mean, I'm going cup of noodle, bro.
Hey, they never fail. They never
Yeah.
fail.
Like, like cup of noodle. Yeah, you can't go wrong. Ramen or the cup of noodle, whatever's happening right there. But the instant noodles, I'm
What
still
flavor?
rocking the instant noodles. Like it ain't good for you, but it's good for you.
Yeah. What's your favorite flavor back then?
Beef all
Beef.
day,
Yeah, the beef
beef.
one's bomb.
And if you want to step it up, put a little bit of sriracha in it,
Yep.
and then that is fire all day. But
Oh,
I'm a
you mean?
ramen dude. I'm a noodle kid.
Heck yeah.
Gotcha,
What about
gotcha.
you, Stevie Ray?
What my childhood food? Like one snack that shit.
Just that quick one, grab and go, when you're on the move.
Snack pack, bro, all day.
Snack pack?
Snack
Pudding?
pack, boy. I love that
Pudding?
shit, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. That is good though, bro.
That
I
shit
know.
was good.
I mean, it's
The
in my
little ones
top.
from back in the day,
Yeah.
remember the little top where you gotta
No,
pull off the top?
yeah, I got you. I know.
No,
man, I
Stevie
know.
came with the pudding.
I'm trying to make a deal with you in 6th grade.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I got you.
What flavor?
I like the swirl one, bro. The chocolate and the
Yeah,
vanilla.
S'more's good.
Yeah, that one was bomb, bro.
Yeah, that one's good.
What you got, bro? What you
Exquisite.
got?
So growing up, I used to be a big fan of the bagels with cheese
Bologna?
and jalapenos on the top and Reese's
What
peanut
is
butter
that?
cup. That's what I would eat
Hold
all
on.
day.
Oh, you
Bagels
mean
and jalapeno.
the bagel that
Hold
has
on,
jalapenos
go back.
baked in it, right?
Well,
That's
so
what you're
it's
talking about?
it's kind of baked in it, but it's got the cheese and jalapeno on top of it, and then you put the cream cheese inside. So I'd eat that, and then
Yeah, okay, I know you're talking about.
I'd
Safeway
wash it
joint.
down with a couple of Reese's peanut butter cups.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's fire. Fire.
Yeah, it's fine.
Big back activities back then. All right, so where did you grow up, Samwise?
A lot, man. Like, so I was born in Des Moines, Iowa.
Gotcha.
Okay. My dad's Irish. My mom's Filipino. So I'm half, right? My dad met my mom at a church during like the Air Force thing, and that's how Samwise came aboard, right? But so from Des Moines, Iowa, like I don't even remember it. I was like a little baby. Moved to Chicago, a suburb out of Chicago. It's called Streamwood, like 20 minutes out of Chicago. And then from Chicago, this is gonna take a minute. And then from Chicago, we went to Jersey. So I lived in Jersey
Gotcha.
for a minute, right? Like 6th grade, 5th and 6th grade, I'm in Jersey. From there, I went to Boston, moved like 6 or 7 places. My dad's in sales, so like we moved around and just did our thing, which was cool. It was all good, like I made a lot of friends. I had to like grow character from all that moving, make new friends, make new friends. And it was easy to make friends because I was the kid with the skateboard, so I'm like jumping down like stairs and shit. And they'll be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
And I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm skateboarding, whatever." And I'd make their own skateboard. And that's how I made my friends. So pretty much born in Des Moines, Iowa, moved to Chicago, then from Jersey to Boston. And then finally, when it was 9th grade high school, I moved to Washington, where you cats are at, right? Which is cool. I love that. And grew up in Auburn. And then from Washington, and I lived in Washington 20 years. Um, did my career there, did the car business there, worked for Zoomies for 10 years, like, and then finally moved out to Florida 4 years ago. When COVID hit, like those kind of like everybody's kind of moving around trying to figure shit out. And I was like, you know what, this is a good time. Let's move to Florida. And that's how I ended up here. And Florida's been nothing but a blessing, like for real. Like nothing but a blessing other than the palm trees and the beaches. you know, obviously the skateboarding blew up and like my whole lifestyles blew up and you know, like I'm still scratching my head this day going, wow, this is like this is cool. You know, like what a blessing. I get to do what I love without any script or any, you know, anything. Just go skate, film it,
Yeah, yeah,
you know, and people love it, you know, and wow, you know, like my cheeks hurt from it most of the days, you know, like I post it, you know, and I love my own skate videos, you know, I
yeah,
probably
hundred
watch
percent.
myself skate more than anybody, you
Yeah,
know, and the fact that I'm getting all that love is like, you know, so it's a full circle, you know, love, you know, it's like a full, like I'm putting it out there, but they're giving it back, but when they give it back, it pushes me, you know, to do more and it's cool. So like I'm just kind of riding the wave of life, you know, like I've been blessed.
Nice,
yeah.
What
nice.
can I say? But yeah, that's where I'm born, bro.
Hey, everywhere.
Yeah,
Everywhere.
I moved around.
This is
I went
Mr.
to like
International.
six middle schools,
Damn.
Damn,
you
that's a
know,
lot, man.
like it's insane. It's absolutely insane. But
The new
you
kid.
know, I dropped out like what 11th grade or something. You know, got my
Same.
GED. I had a baby when I was 19. You know, my daughter grew up quick, got in the work world, made some money, had a hustle. You know, had a hustle, did what I did. I've been in my kids' life my whole life. They're all with me, you know, and that's when skateboarding kind of took a break. You know, it's kind of when it took a break. You know, like it didn't. Like I still had spare time. Everybody got time. You know, everybody got time, no matter what. And during that time, I kept going. I kept, you know, going to the skate park. You know, I'm gonna go to the skate park 45 minutes. You know, dropping. I wasn't like doing what I'm doing now.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like I'm not even close. I was just dropping in, doing little 50/50s, always kick flips, you know, just shit. Headphones in,
No lightweight.
chilling. But like now it's a different world, you know. Like I got all that push and motivation from you guys. You know, much love by the way. Thank you. Thank you so much.
100%.
Thank
You
you.
know, for
100%, man.
watching my videos and thank you for, you know,
Thank
shouting
you,
me
man.
out. But no, it's like full circle, right? I
Yeah, yeah.
appreciate it so much. So much.
Same.
So much. Like
Same.
it's a dream come true, bro. It's a real dream come true for like even just you two to watch my videos and get hyped on it and even just throw me out there. Like
Yeah.
that's for real. You know, the three of us, we all the same, bro. We all the same. We're just, we're just dudes trying to fucking spread some good in the world, you know, and that's why I'm here. That's
Yeah.
why I said yes.
Heck
You
yeah.
know, like, yeah, let's do this.
Heck yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Yep.
You know, interview me or let me interview you or whatever.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
like whatever. Let's just talk.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're intrigued by what I do. I'm intrigued by the fact that you like it, you know, and love it and got inspired by it. The fact tag me and yo, Sam, what up? You want to hang out and talk about the shit?
Right.
I'm down. So yeah. But anyway, tell me where you guys are from. So Washington, I know that.
Well, Washington used to be California. Stevie Ray, where are you from? You ain't from Washington?
Nah, I'm from Salinas, California.
Okay.
Yeah, but right now I'm in Antioch, California. Like it's kind of near San Francisco.
It's kind of like on the outskirts of the Bay Area.
Yeah,
It's
near almost
debatable.
like if you drive like couple hours, you about to run to Sacramento. So
Quick question, Samwise. So, out of the places that you did grow up, is there any place specifically during your childhood that was more formative that you would share with us?
Jersey.
Jersey.
Well, like, you know how like your childhood memories, they all share the same time frame we all grow up in, but like they
yeah, yeah,
seem to last longer in your memories, like it was forever. So like
gotcha.
sixth grade was forever. Even though it was only a year or whatever, that was my forever because that was the first time I like skated with other people. That's how I got introduced to skateboarding. You know, that's where I learned to ollie and shove it and like really grow. You know, like really like this is what I love. You know, so sixth grade was probably the prime of my life. You know, like where skateboarding really like sunk in the most in that first year. You know, I remember it was like I already grew up loving skateboarding, like from Ninja Turtles, Police Academy, you know, like the
Shout out to
already
Ninja
that like
Turtles.
if you skateboard, you're cool, right? Like that was already that like I've always been kind of a rebellious kid. I'm not the guy that wants to be like class president. I want to be class clown, you know, like
Yeah.
so let me just get that out there right away. But like when I was introduced to skateboarding, I'm like, damn, like that shit is cool. Like these dudes are like going fast and like jumping off of shit. And it's in the city, like you're jumping off of like city built like stairs and curbs, and you got cool ass hair, like bleached, Steve Cab in like Police Academy had like the spiky bleached hair, and like that shit was cool to me, and I'm like, that's who I am, like that's my soul. So after begging my mom for a very long time to get me a skateboard, finally got me a skateboard. When that happened, everything kind of just stopped, and I would skateboard in the garage, for stupid hours, stupid
Gotcha.
hours, stupid hours. Like I couldn't stop, and then I identified myself as this is what I do.
Nice.
And I'm a pretty committed person. So once I kind of label myself as a skateboarder, I'm not somebody that's like, well, one week I'm a skateboarder, the next week I'm a baseball player. Then nope,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Stamp done. That's it. At 10 years old, I decided this is what I'm doing for the rest of my life. Like for real. Like that really happened. Like I'm a skateboarder and that's it. I don't need to seek out anything else.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
put a lot of effort in my skateboard.
Nice.
I've
Do you
probably
remember
go
do
ahead.
do you remember the first skate what that brand was of that skateboard that you got?
Yeah, 60/40. So my first board was a 60/40, the Giving Tree. So like you remember that book, The
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Giving
yeah.
Tree? So it had
Mhm,
it was
mhm.
a 60/40, and I didn't pick the board. I didn't
Gotcha.
pick the board.
Mom's
Board
My
picked the
picked
mom
board.
you.
bought so when I
Hey, the
begged for
board
my
picked you. The
skateboard,
legend is.
so check this
Yeah.
out, D. So check this out, CVD. So my mom brought me home a Walmart board.
Gotcha.
Okay. That was my first skateboard. And my brother, who's about 6 years older, who's incredibly intelligent, said, that's not the skateboard you want, little bro. That you don't want that. Right. So he had a CCS magazine,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah, from back in the
where
day.
you can order skateboards. And he's like, this is the kind of skateboard you want. You don't. So he told my mom, bring that skateboard back. And I cried. I'm like, do not bring that fucking skateboard back. Fuck, like, fuck you. Like, I want that skateboard. Like, I want the Walmart board. And he's like, trust me, bro. And I cried. I remember getting a big argument. And he goes, so we ended up ordering the board. He picked the Giving Tree for me, and Venture trucks, plain wheels, all the hardware, grip tape. He picked it out. I don't even know anything about skateboarding other than
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles and Police Academy, right? I want
Gotcha.
to skateboard. That's what I want to do, you know? And so he picked the complete. My mom ordered it. It finally ended up at the house, and and then I gained all the love and respect for my brother because I'm like, yeah, that's better.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That looks better than the Nash board.
Yeah.
That was from
This is the
Walmart
one.
or whatever, or wherever my mom Kmart.
Yeah.
Wherever my mom bought that little plastic skateboard. Which I was stoked about. But she brought it back, ended up with that 60/40, and that was it. That's how I started skateboarding. That was a real setup, real trucks, and I learned how to ollie in like quick, like pretty quick. I was progressing pretty quick, and then I'm like, I want skateboarding shirts and skateboarding pants. So I started wanting to be in part of the culture,
You get the gear.
because now I'm like in it. And we lived in Jersey. The nearest skateboarding shop was like 2.5 hours away in Pennsylvania. Like I skateboarded by myself, right? This is
Gotcha.
not like I'm a complete fucking loner in this, right?
Gotcha.
So she drives 2.5 hours to Pennsylvania when I lived in Jersey, Allenstown in Pennsylvania. And it was this little shop in the mall called Above the Belt, which is now Zoomies, right? So Above the Belt. And she bought me all these skate shirts. And, I remember them very clearly. But she bought me a skateboarding video at that time. It was my very first skateboarding video. It was called Suburban Diners by Pal Skateboards. And that's how
Gotcha.
Steve Caballero became my first favorite skateboarder because he was in that video.
Nice.
Bike
Okay.
Pound. And that
Gotcha.
shit opened my eyes to a whole nother world. Because I started skateboarding before I saw real skateboarding, right? I only wanted to skateboard because of Hollywood,
Yeah, yeah.
Police Academy and Ninja Turtles. I'd never seen a skateboard video before, right? I didn't know
Gotcha.
what it takes. I named my own tricks before I, like in the garage. Like I called a kick turn. You know what a kick turn, right? You just turn, turn, turn. I called it a roller coaster. I go,
Much cooler name.
mom, come in here, mom, because I skateboard in the garage, and she'd be like, "What?" I'd be like, "Mom, I can do a roller coaster." I'm sixth grade, right? So I'm a little kid.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, so I see the Suburban Diners video, and my fucking mind is blown, right? Like I'm like, they're sliding down rails, they're skating in skateboarding parks. I didn't even know there was skate parks. Like they built places for people like me to go to. Gershon Mosley, Steve Caballero were in these videos, and it was mind blowing. So that was my Bible,
Crazy.
right? That was my like, hey, this is like what they do. If you want to get good, this is what it ends up becoming.
Yeah.
Like
This
so
is
I
where it can
pushed
be.
myself. This is what I can slide down a handrail. Like what?
What the
I can
fuck?
ollie this high, right? Because you know what it's like to step on a skateboard. You're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah.
when you see somebody slide on a handrail, your respect goes from here to here. You're like,
Yeah.
how is that even possible? You
Yeah.
can't even process it in your head,
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
And
yeah,
this
yeah.
dude's like, oh, King handrail, boom, 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 boom. Like it's nothing. And so like I thought that's like, when I saw that, I'm like, whoa, like just mind blown, like nothing but love, respect, and like, whoa. Like, like just a whoa, when you watch a skate video, it's like, whoa.
Yeah. It's intense,
How are
man.
the,
Yeah.
it's intense sometimes, and that's what I got from that skateboarding video when I wanted, back to school clothes,
Gotcha.
and I
Gotcha.
ended up with that little, VHS tape. Yeah, VHS. I said it, not DVD, VHS.
Analog.
Analog,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's how I got into skateboarding pretty much, yeah. But sixth grade was
Sixth grade.
definitely sixth grade was like 20 years of my memories,
That's
like
what's up. Yeah. And that
you
was
know
in
what I
Jersey,
mean?
you said.
Yeah, New Village, New Jersey. Shout out Mike Frank. Shout out Jeremy. Shout out JP. Just in case,
And
because those
so,
guys influenced, those were my skate homies, and
Gotcha.
we skateboarded in the cul-de-sac all trying to learn how to ollie at the same time.
nice.
And it was cool. And before we knew what the game of skate was, right? We played skate. I swear to God. But we called it horse. We didn't call it
Yeah.
skate. We called it horse.
Like
Any
basketball.
guesses why? Yeah, exactly. Right. So I'm like, hey, we're gonna, if I do a trick, we called it horse. And if it was like we only got so much time before the dark, comes, we called it pig. Right? 3 letters, baby.
Yep. Yep.
Because there's only so much time. All right, quick game,
Yeah,
quick
yeah.
game.
You gotta go home before it gets too dark, man.
Quick game before pig. I swear to God. And we did that shit on a bridge in New Jersey, and this is like this four dudes that just in sixth grade that all skateboarded with, little ass wheels.
That was the
Back in the
style back then.
90s, 7.5s, all rockin' ventures. All rockin' ventures. And all of us, we lived in this little ass town, you know. So it's like we all ordered from CCS. There was no
Yeah.
skate parks, no skate parks, no skate culture, no nothing. It was literally I started skating and they saw it and hey, here's the CCS magazine, tell your mom what's up, and shit, and then I moved because my dad does that shit, he moves. And I had to leave. But that little period that I was in New Jersey, um, that shit was strong. That shit
Impact.
that was, like for real. Like that was a big, big, big I'm still that kid, like part of me is still that kid. Yeah, for real.
All right. So that was back in the 90s in Jersey.
Yeah. Yep. Born in 83. And then from sixth grade, so we in Jersey. And then my dad, job gets transferred. I moved to Boston, right? And then I meet Derek Silva. If he ever sees us, shout out, much love. I have never found him since. But that was my best friend in Boston. We skated together. We took pictures on the like disposable cameras together. And I set up his own board. He was one of the kids that was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Skating." "Oh, cool." And he watched me, and then I set up his own board, and he was Portuguese. So, his mom was like super good at cooking and shit, and just much love. So, Derek Silva, if you see this, love you, buddy. Hope you see this one day. All right. So, I moved to Washington from Boston. And in Boston, I lived like 4 different places, by the way.
Crazy.
Just totally moved around. And Marlboro, so it was Marlboro, Massachusetts, Framingham, Massachusetts, and a couple other places while my dad did his thing. And then we moved to Washington. My dad got a really nice job. Good for him. I love my dad. Big hustler. I get a lot of my traits from him as far as like, you know, pursuing whatever, you know. And he gets a good job in Washington. We get pretty nice house, finally from like the ghetto shit to like, whoa, dad, my own room. Well, yeah, good for you. Whoa,
We made
yeah. Let's
it.
go. Seattle, let's go. And I'm in Auburn, and I'm like, damn, we got a backyard, front yard, driveway and shit, no more fucking apartment living. And very proud of my dad. And so we moved to Auburn. And I'm in Auburn, Washington. I go to Auburn High School. But um I found a friend right away because I'm like wearing a skate shirt. And that's how I ended up there. And 20 years of my life just straight up in Auburn, you know. Well, not straight up Auburn. No, no, no. So but Washington, 20 years, I had my first kid when I was 19, right?
Yeah.
And dude, when I was 18, I was killing it on my skateboard. There's no footage. It sucks.
Damn.
You got
That
pictures,
sucks.
though.
That
I've
does
seen a couple
suck.
Yeah,
pictures
it
you
kinda
posted of you
sucks.
younger.
Well, I
Yeah, I
mean,
seen
there's
some
like,
pictures too. Yeah.
I got some photos, some shit when I was younger, but I was really hungry when I was young. Not to get sponsored, not to try to make a life in skateboarding, but to stay number one. Like, stay like, just good. And then I had
Yeah.
my daughter, which was a blessing. It was good. Thank God. Because at that same time, I'm like going to raves. I'm like partying, like I'm doing any 18 or 19-year-old is doing, just, well, at least in my lifestyle. Some went to college, some went, went this other way. And I was partying, I'm, moshing, I'm going to punk rock concerts, going to raves, doing all this
Gotcha.
thing. And then, my ex-girlfriend calls me and says, hey, I'm pregnant, about to have your kid, bro. And I'm like, oh shit. And I took it
Great.
seriously because, I was raised by a good mom, good dad. And, at that time I'm obviously loose and not, making commitments, but not afraid to, do what every fucking 18-year-old boy wants to do, right?
Yeah.
Unprotected.
Yeah.
And so one thing led to another, and God's blessing brought me my daughter in this way, and I grew up quick. So I got a job with Zoomies, Zoomies, right? What am
Hell
I
yeah.
gonna do, right? So I got a job with Zoomies because all I know is skateboarding. Yeah, you would call it selling out or whatever, poser shit. But I'm like, that's at the same time, I'm like,
Pretty badass job, bro. That's pretty
so
sick.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was a badass job. I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
I did that shit for 10
Yeah.
years. I became a manager very quickly, right? So I Federal Way, Washington, Federal Way. SeaTac Mall. Oh no, not SeaTac. It was Common. Now it's called no. Damn, what's that mall called now in Federal Way? But whatever. I worked
I
at
can.
that Zoomies, and I walked in there, and I'm like, I know I'm a skateboarder, but I've never had a job. And they hired me. All right, so I'm at Zoomies, and I do that for like 10 years. I get promoted like a lot, like throughout, and it fed my family. It made me good, built character, as far as management and like how to run shit and just, grew me up, grew me up. And but they ended up doing this like huge layoff, right? Like it makes me feel better about how I got let go from Zoomies because it was like we all got fired, I guess, you know? It wasn't
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
Sam, you're a piece of shit, get out of here. It was like, you know. So they fired all these store managers and ended up promoting like the assistant managers. Like at least that was my situation. You know,
Gotcha.
like they fired me, took the assistant, and I was like, why you fire me? I have like the highest numbers in the district. That doesn't make sense, you know. But I was one of the highest paid managers at the time because I was killing it. Like I hit every bonus at Zoomies. I was killing it, dude.
Gotcha.
But so anyway, so I left Zoomies, which is cool. It's good. I gained a lot of character from it, but I was happy at the same time I was gone. And by then I had 2 kids, you know, and I'm like, fuck, what do I do? You know, like um so I got in the car business, you know, like from a Google site. Honda caption. We need no experience necessary. Great, because I don't have it. And I ended up going to a Honda interview in Renton, Washington, right at the end of 167. All right, so 167 events, Honda's right there. And they hired me.
Crazy.
Wow.
So
Wow.
you're just selling cars?
And then from there I've been in the car business and here I am today.
That's
So
what's up, yeah.
yeah, that's how I was a sales manager within like 4 years, you know. So I've been in the business now for quite a while. And when I was in Washington, I was in sales for 4 years. They promoted me to a desk manager, you know, after that. And I did that for like 7 years. And I was making, you know, pretty fucking good money. You
Yeah,
know,
man.
I bought a house and, you know, all kinds of stupid shit, but still in my skater young kid mentality.
It's
You know,
still
so
there.
you know, so I spent my money, you know, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, and then finally when COVID hit, the car business just got too much for me. You know, it was at a point where I'm like, I'm done.
At some point, you end up moving to Florida.
Yeah. It was a trip coming down there too, you know. So
You drove
the
out there?
day yeah, I drove out here. So the day I said no more car business, you know, we had to make a decision of what we're doing. And I was like, well, let's move to Florida. My parents moved to Florida. Let's not, you know, follow the babysitters, you know. So I sell my house and my wife ends up flying the kids out to stay with my parents. She flies back and we do the most glorious road trip ever. Right? Because I'm like, yeah, let's go. So she flies back and we're in a Acura RDX. And one or like just a week before we decide to do the road trip, because I sell my house, I got a buttload of money in my account now, right? I'm just like, let's go, just like fucking let's go. And the AC goes out in the RDX,
That's tough.
and nobody wants to fix it. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, let's go anyways. And this is during the heat wave of COVID. Yeah, I don't know if
Dang.
you remember that heat wave, but there was a
Yeah,
heat
yeah,
wave.
yeah, yeah.
And we said, fuck it, let's go. So we ended up going with the windows down and cold rags around our neck while we're driving through fucking like on our way to Florida. Um, but we did. It was sick. So we went through Oregon, we went through California, we drove Big Sur. We stopped
Oh, yeah.
at like all the legendary skate parks I wanted to go to. This is me and my wife, right?
That's fucking sick.
And yeah, and we do a bunch of, and this is kind of how the Instagram built, like kind of through this road trip, you know, like
Gotcha. You
so I'm
gotta took the journey
filming
with
more.
you.
Yeah, yeah, I know we were filming and because it started with document all the skateboarding we can before we leave. So we went to a bunch of skate parks in Washington, filmed me do some tricks, and I posted it to YouTube. I didn't even have the Instagram yet, you know. So I'm driving through California, we're doing Big Sur, you know, we're taking pictures, I'm making videos and I'm getting better at my editing skills as we're doing this. And, you know, we end up, you know, we go to Vegas and, you know, we're doing a party. We go to New Orleans, do our party. And we finally get to Florida. You know, we got a buttload of money at this point because I sold my house, you know,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm in Tacoma, Washington, like prime spot. Bought my house for like 200 or something like that, you know, and sold it for more than double. So I'm like, yo, so let's go, you know. So now I'm in Florida. and I took that money, bought a house, bro. I like bought a house, So I'm like trying to just like be retired pretty much. Like have little expenses just so it's not as nice as the Washington house, but it's hey, we got rent, we're doing it. And that's
Yeah,
how I
yeah.
ended up Florida. I didn't want to go back to management because that shit is crazy. I actually said I wasn't gonna sell cars again, but we all have reality checks and realize what we're good at. And so I'm like, well, I don't want to sell cars, but we gotta, I gotta do what I gotta do as a person.
Of course, of
Yeah.
course.
And it's been rough. It was rough right away. So I struggled, quite a bit at first. I was like, so I went to AutoNation, worked for Ford. It didn't work at Ford. I'm a committed guy. Well, I worked for Zoomies for 10 years. After that, I worked for Kia for 10 years. Like I don't jump around jobs,
Yeah.
so it felt weird for like 4 months to go by and be like, I don't think this is going to work. That's not my style. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I did. I ended up leaving and I worked for a couple other dealerships and it's same feeling, like this isn't working. This isn't working. And then I ended up working for Honda, Ocean Honda, right? And this is where now we're more in the present a little bit. 2 years back, I worked for Ocean Honda and they kind of welcomed me and it felt a little more comfortable for me to do like what I naturally do when it comes to selling cars and getting my deals how I want them.
Yeah, yeah.
So Honda was perfect for me, right? It was perfect.
Nice.
So I stay at Ocean Honda and actually doing pretty good. That's kind of where the media blew up for me. Like I'm there, I'm selling cars, I'm making skateboard videos, and things are normal. But then one day, I decide to make this one skate video, right? So on the way to work, I live in Spring Hill. I work in Port Richey. It takes 33 minutes. I see this gap every day, right? I want to do. And I haven't been skateboarding that much. I'm trying to figure my life out at that point.
Yeah.
But I see this like 4 foot high ledge, you know, every day. And I drive by and I'm like, I can ollie that shit. I know I can.
That haunts me.
Every day.
It's
Like
haunting
every
me.
day. And on the way home too. I
Yeah.
slow down. People behind me are pissed because I slow down by the spot. It's a golf cart. They sell golf carts, you know.
Gotcha.
But for whatever reason, they have this like cement barrier this high, and the ground's this low, and it's like 4 feet high, and there's a slight little curb, and all I got to do is ollie over it. And every fucking day, I'm driving by it. So
Yeah.
one day, right? I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I can't take this shit anymore, right? So me and my wife are on our way to go film, and I go, we got to pull over here. I got to do this, right? And she's like, okay, and I fucking put my DGK shirt on, and it takes me a minute, like it wasn't like first try shit. I'm like legit scared.
Oh yeah. Oh my
This
God.
I haven't done a gap in like 10, 15 fucking years, bro.
Hell
I
yeah.
can still kickflip, in the driveway. I can still ollie. I still got some skills from, like never quitting. But I haven't done a gap in like 15 fucking years.
Yeah.
Right? Like something like this fucking high. So I kick out, kick out, kick out. Like I'm not doing the first try, not even committing, just like what does it feel like to jump off the ledge? And then the little Samwise kicked in, which was I got this.
The
I got
confidence.
this.
The
I'm looking
fucking
at my wife like,
confidence.
I got this. Holy shit, I'm about to do this. Watch. You know? So I roll up, I kick out again because I'm like, oh shit. And I swear, I'm like, because that's the real skateboarding, you're committing until you kick out and then you get mad because you didn't do what you wanted to do. And
Yeah.
and then I go, next try. Next fucking try. And I fucking do it. And and at this point, I have no idea if anything's going to go viral or whatever. So I put the video together, right? And I post it at work, because I'm thinking whatever. And I don't really check my phone. I'm selling cars. I'm doing my whatever. And I look at my phone and I'm like, it's been only 4 or 5 hours since I posted and I had 1 million views.
Damn.
Right. And I'm
Damn.
like, I'm like, what the fuck, right? And it's just going off, right? Like, my phone's like, blah, 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 blah. I get home at 9 o'clock after work, and it's like at 2 million views. Still the same fucking day.
Damn.
And I'm just a normal
Jesus
dude.
Christ, bro.
I'm just a
That's
normal dude, right? I'm just a normal dude. Right? There's no whatever. And all night my phone, it's going off, it's going off. You know, I'm getting all kinds of like likes from like my favorite skate pros, Thrasher magazine, John
Fucking
Hill,
badass, man.
all these people that
Yeah.
I love, grew up watching, liking my little 4-foot olive. You
Crazy.
know, it was insane. Thrasher magazine, they sent me a box because of that video with shirts and look, this shirt right here that I'm wearing, they legit sent that to me.
dope.
Crazy.
They legit. This Flip hoodie I'm wearing right now is from Flip Skateboards. I didn't buy that at Zoomies. They sent it to me, you know, and so I'm getting all this love, you know. And it's just it's so mind blowing, right? Like to get all that love from one skate video.
Crazy.
So I'm not the guy I'm not a one and done, right? I'm like, whoa, I put some influence out there or whatever, you know? So I keep posting. I'm not done. I'm not fucking done. You know, like let's
Yeah.
go. Holy shit.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Gotta keep it
And
going.
I guess that's the end of the story because like that one video, you know, that got like 5.6 million views or whatever, and just a ridiculous, like I can't even comprehend, you know, like the views and the likes. Um, kind of said, "Hey Sam, you know, this is what you do," you know, and so I kept posting videos from there, and it's like every video got better. I progressed. Maybe not as far as likes and views, but as far as my like skating, it got better. You
Definitely.
know, like, and
Yeah.
now I'm doing shit, you know, that's like
Killing it, bro.
I only thought of it, and now I'm doing it in reality. You know, like I'm ollieing off shit that's head high. You know, like I'm tray flipping like I only thought of. You know, and it's such a blessing, bro. It's such a wild, wild ride. And I feel like I'm just starting. You know, we could celebrate right now. I just hit 90,000 followers today.
Hey.
90,000
90,000, man.
followers.
90,000
Bro,
followers.
90,000 followers on
Congratulations, man.
Instagram. And
Wow.
I never did anything that was like, hey, you know, pay for following. No, it's all organic. It's
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
100% organic.
Word
There's
of
no
mouth from
script.
the skills, man.
No script to any of my videos other than maybe like me thinking about it for weeks. You know, like I want to do the scap, I want to do these stairs, you know. And then once I hit record, it's pretty much like, yo, this is what I do without hitting record. You know, the extra push comes from, you know, the fact that like, hey, everybody wants a happy ending, including me.
Yeah.
So let's land this shit.
yeah.
And that's where I go, yo, followers, friends, everybody that's watching, I love you. Like, thank you for this extra push because you know somebody at work was talking to me about like you know what's it feel like to do something like that, you know, and I go, dude, it's priceless.
Yeah.
To ollie off something like that and to be in the air with complete silence for even a split second is priceless. I said,
Magic, yeah.
I love you, bro, but you can't buy what I have. You can't give me there's no amount of money in the world that I can't even give it to you if I want to.
Yeah.
It's not
yeah.
even a choice. I've literally trained myself to do what I'm doing. You can't buy it. You can't, I just did it. And now I get to enjoy it. And now I get to share it, you know, and share it with the world. And that shit's crazy. You know what's crazy, bro? Stevie, I checked my statistics this morning, right?
Yeah.
And it says my videos are played 72% in the USA, which means outside of that 72% is all around the world. Like,
Gotta love that, man. You gotta love
dude,
that.
it's insane, Stevie.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
insane. Like, yo, it's cool. Like
And it's
I
something
take
you love
I take
too,
it
you know?
seriously. I don't take it for granted one bit.
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
one fucking bit. I take it like all our favorite movies, Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
Our favorite movie,
yeah.
Spider-Man. I guarantee
Love
our
that
favorite
shit.
movie, Spider-Man, right? With great powers come with great responsibility. I take that shit very seriously. So that's what's kept, like, that's why you see me posting daily, like, for real. Like, I'm not, like, if you're inspired to do something that's great and wonderful, like, wow, Lord, use me then. I'm down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please use me. I'll put it out there. Like, I don't know anything other than what I do.
So you remember when you were at work that day and you saw the views go through the roof?
Okay.
Do you remember the first thought that popped in your brain at any point where you like there has to be some kind of error or there's a
Is
glitch in
something
the
wrong here?
matrix here?
Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you what happened. I blacked the fuck out. Like,
Shit,
it was
that's
straight
crazy.
blackout. Like, straight, like, this ain't real. Like,
Yeah.
not like this ain't real, but just like,
I ain't even gonna
really?
pay attention type shit. Yeah.
No, I was paying attention to every light. It was
That's
like
fucking
more just
amazing, bro.
like, I guess when a dream comes true, I guess,
Yeah. Speechless.
like, just speechless. There's nothing other than humbleness and just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
wow, like,
All that hard
wow,
work, man.
and no, like, thoughts of like, man, it finally paid off happened. It was more just
Holy
um,
shit.
like, holy shit, yeah, like,
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
wow, really?
No,
And
yeah.
and it just created small thoughts that became bigger thoughts as that happened. You can't just like all of a sudden change in one day because of something, but
Yeah.
you can change slowly into something because of one day.
Got
And
you.
because of that one day happened, because I've had failures, like, I've had lessons through, getting attention online.
Mhm.
There's things I've done that I've regretted,
Mhm.
like, like putting haters on blast, or like, or just dealing with comments, or like, not everybody's gonna like it what I put, but everybody's got something to say, and
Exactly.
I'm a street rat, so like, I'm not used to being quiet when somebody's got some shit to talk.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
yeah.
I'm pretty quick to be like, step up.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's how I'm raised. But I think one of God's lessons through all of everything I've done is being able to take a hit without, you know, swinging back. For every 100 likes I get a dislike, you know, and that's just the nature of the world, right? Not everybody agrees. So, with all the love that I get, I've also had some hate that I'm not used to in the real world. Like, um, I'm constantly called fat. I'm constantly called I'm older than I look. Everybody thinks I'm 50 fucking 5, Not everybody. I take that back, but some think I'm older, and that sinks in. You read it and you can't go back. You read it, you're like, "Oh, you're not 42, you look like you're 58."
Yeah.
That's the hit. And I'm not allowed to talk back. Well, I am. I can comment, I can reply, but we all have to be responsible with
Mhm.
our actions, and ask ourselves at the end of the day, was it, you know, j- because I said fuck you back, was that really, gonna make a difference in anything?
Yeah.
And no, it doesn't.
Yeah, yeah.
So the best action is to ignore or block or delete. But it's hard. It's hard to be like, "Hey, do you know what that feels like?" To
Hey,
be told to go fuck yourself and not be able to say anything back.
yeah, I do it all the time, man. Like I'll post shit like a reply and sometimes be vulgar about it, and then I'm just
Uh-huh.
like, nah, bro, I'm gonna erase this shit and I'll just block them. You know what I mean? Like I don't need to do that. Like, you know what I mean? It's just my angst and
But
my
it's
anger,
weird,
but like
right? It's
it
kind of
is
weird.
weird.
It's a weird, like,
Yeah, yeah.
self-check sometimes when I'm
Exactly.
doing a comment and critique,
Mhm.
like, I'm kind of like a fuck you, don't tell me what to do kind of guy,
Yeah, yeah, for
like,
sure, yeah.
bring myself the way I am. So anytime I post a video, I'm guaranteed 3 skate coaches, no matter what I do. Even if I land the trick, somebody's gonna tell me how to do it better,
Damn.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and those comments are so hard for me to deal with personally,
Mhm.
like, hey, like, like, just recently, right? I posted this picture of me bailing, and above me, I posted the comment, and the comment's like, your ollies look jerky. Maybe if you practice on something smaller, they won't look so bad or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Not word for word, but that's how I interpret interpret it. So it pisses me off, right? Because like I take my art, like what I put out there, I take pretty seriously, right? So I'm like, so you're calling my art ugly,
Yeah.
you know, or like, hey, by the way, I landed it. Why?
Yeah,
Why
what's the
you
big
saying
fucking
that? You
deal?
know, it
Yeah.
doesn't make sense, you know? So like my like human reaction would be to be like, what? Like any of us, fuck you or
Yeah.
F off,
Fuck
or
off.
like,
Yeah.
you know, like nobody would say that to me in real life. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, so like dealing with like the comments sometimes is like not easy, you
Well, I
know.
think part of that is because the amount of attention that you do
Reach.
get,
Amount of reach. Yeah.
you know, you get a lot of reach. So I think
Mhm.
that when people are seeing that, and then, you know, let's be honest, that there are people that are really doing like extraordinary stuff on skateboard. It's that, you know,
Mhm.
that I was telling you earlier is like those are the type of clips where I'll just, you know, click the heart. But, you know, you see a bunch of those pop up. But the thing I think that those people don't understand is people like me, I enjoy watching your stuff because it's inspirational and because I get to kind of tag along for your journey and see the
Yes, sir.
growth and see you become not only a positive inspirational person, but also someone that perseveres and actually gets better over time. So it's like I'd much rather watch what you're doing than just those occasional skate clips that pop up that are dope. Don't get me wrong. I'm like, oh, that's dope. But I'm following you for your journey, you know, and the inspiration behind it. So I think that's the part that maybe some people don't understand is that they're watching you get all this attention and they're like, what, you know, and I'm like, but that's what it is, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
so I think that's an amazing thing for me personally to see, you know, how you're able to overcome those adversities and keep it pushing, you know what I mean?
I appreciate yo, D, thank you, bro. Yo, thank you. Thank you so much for that,
Hey,
man.
the other thing too, man, is hey man, you know, the opinions of the legends have spoken about you. So I think they know a little bit better than just some Smo Joe. I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
Yo, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah,
They see
yeah.
the motion.
Because because I'm gonna show y'all something.
Oh shit. Here we go.
So we talk about Chad Muska,
Oh
right?
hell yeah, bro. What do
Our
you got
childhood
there?
And let me
legend.
show you guys what Chad Muska sent me. Oh, baby.
Dope.
That's fucking sick, bro. Yeah,
Those
that's
are still
Ah,
clean
new in
as
the box or
those are
you won them yet?
badass, bro.
yo, bro, the cat sent me these. My favorite skateboarder sent me these shoes.
Nice.
Look. Can you see it? Hold on.
Heck yeah.
Oh
Shout
Signed.
out Chad
shit.
Muska.
Shout out to
Dope.
Chad Muska,
Yo,
bro.
serious shout out to Chad Muska.
Hey,
He's
even
one of my
his
So,
favorite.
signature's got that dope style.
bro, I
It
ain't done,
does,
huh?
yeah, bro. It
Bro,
does, yeah, bro.
bro.
Oh shit.
Nice.
Ready for this? Where is it? Where is it? Did I leave them?
Hey man, this is a good way to celebrate.
All right. So yeah, Muska's board signed.
What's
You
that
saw one of
logo in
my
the middle? Let me
videos.
see the logo. Is that a Cadillac logo on there? In the middle? Yeah. Oh, that's dope.
Cadillac.
Yeah, it's yeah, man.
Cadillac.
That's dope.
Cadillac, bro.
Cadillac, bro.
Cadillac. There you go.
Dude,
By
that's
the way,
dope.
Cadillac is yeah, straight gangster. But yeah, so Chad Muska randomly saw one of my videos and my wife was filming and he had just sent me a DM and he's like, "Hey, give me your address. I want to send you, you know, some gear." And he sent me the signed shoes. I got there's more stuff inside, you know, but I don't want to bring it all out here. But he sent me two boards, the signed shoes, some bearings, socks, shirts. I
Insane,
got
bro.
busted.
Insane. That's
It's
fucking sick,
absolutely
bro.
insane. It's the fulfill the dream,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
short hardware skate video. I grew up on that shit. Like I used to pull my pants up, you know, like with
Yeah.
the, you know,
Tie
like
my
the look,
shoes.
like yeah, like the match fucking Chad Muska. Like,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
you know, like that dude was my hero in ninth grade.
Nice.
Like
100%, man.
boombox and you know, he was easy, he was cool.
Shit went
You
full circle,
know,
man. That's amazing, bro.
I'm like a little chubby kid, you know, like
Well, that was actually
felt
one of
like
my questions that I had for you growing up. if you know, because growing up skateboarding is kind of like a dream to get sponsored at some point. So is there any specific companies growing up that you're like, oh, I wish I dream of someday getting sponsored by these companies?
Excuse
I
me.
mean, I daydreamed, but it was never like a mission. Like I daydreamed about it. You know, like every trick I did, be like, yo, that'd be sick if I was sponsored by. But no, I never really like chased that sponsorship dream. I kind of knew, like, I'm not that good. Like my respect for skateboarding professionals is like through the roof. And I would never ever consider myself a professional skateboarder by any means. You're never gonna see a my name's Samwise, I'm a professional skateboarder because I'm not. I'm not a professional skateboarder. I'm a normal skateboarder. I'm not an amateur skateboarder. I am your everyday skateboarder that's now 42 years old. You know, I'm not a professional. I am sponsored, like West Side Skate Shop sponsors me and gives me decks. And my appreciation and love for them is like through the roof. It's like, yeah, you completed that dream, like and Avenue Trucks, Avenue Trucks sends me trucks and they're fucking dope. Like shit. Anybody listening, like you want an advantage in skateboarding, buy Avenue Trucks. They they literally work. Like they give you more pop. Like shit's good, you know?
Crazy.
So but, like, no, the whole, like, I wanna compete, I wanna be sponsored by, like, 28 brands, no, not really. Like, I've never chased that because I accepted very early that, like, you have to have a bag of tricks that's insane. Like and I'm not that. I know that, I'm not that super athlete, but I had so much love and passion for what I did, I gained some pop over the time. I gained some consistency. But yeah, so nah, sponsorship never really chased it. Never really that wasn't my goal, I was just a skate rat cheering from the side.
Have you actually gotten sponsored through this journey at all? Officially?
So West Side John Montesi, legend, professional skateboarder, skate for New Deal. Um he's my best friend, my mentor, my brother, I love him to death. He uh he sponsored me for through his skateboarding shop, and it's a very legendary skateboarding shop. It's not you know,
Rinky dink?
uh, some rinky dink fucking
Yeah.
skate shop. This skate shop is like, bro, it's the biggest blessing in like throughout everything that I'm doing. That's probably the biggest blessing I have. You
That's
know,
awesome, bro.
it's like being sponsored by the West Side Skate Shop. Him introducing me to his friends as this is one of my team riders, and I'm like, look at me, you know, like it doesn't make sense, right?
You're
But
like
but
me?
he doesn't, and he
Like
doesn't judge
me?
me,
Sure.
Yeah.
he doesn't judge me by because I know because he has a lot of team riders, and I
Mhm.
promise you guys, I do not look like, and I'm nowhere as good as his other team riders, not even close. You know, these guys are doing kickflip back whips, like down upstairs. Like I board slid a six rail. You know, these guys are like, like switch, big spin. You see skateboarding now, right? So that's
Yeah,
his team
yeah.
riders. But he put me on, right? Which is like super duper special. And he treats me just like his other team riders, you know. Sammy needs some boards, and whatever it is. Like I never it's just wow. It's a wow factor. It's a wow factor. So and he's my friend, like at the same
So
time. So,
so it happened at the end of the day, so that's what's badass about it.
wow, it's a blessing, it's just
Yeah, yeah,
fucking, it's a super duper blessing. So there you go. Wu Tang baby. Represent West Side.
Heck
Let's
yeah.
go. Every video you see this board for a reason. This one's broken because I break a lot of boards. I'm a big boy board breaker.
All right, cool. And
West Side.
at some point you took some time off of work from what I gather from your
Yeah,
Instagram. And
I did.
was that solely to pursue what you were doing
Absolutely
on
not.
Instagram?
So
Or did it
no,
have
no,
nothing
no.
to do with
So
it?
it really wasn't. But yes, that happened, right? That wasn't the purpose of it, but that ended up happening. Yeah, and actually,
gotcha.
it was cool. It was cool. I don't regret it. So I was with Honda, and unfortunately, so my media blew up while I'm at Honda, right?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
5 million view happened. I'm still at Honda, and my general manager was like, "Hey." do you want to be in charge of our social media now? And I'm like, sounds good. Yeah, why not? And he's like, so he gave me my own office and stuff like that. And I'm like, so, are you going to give me some money for this or whatever? And he's like, well, you still have to sell cards. So it was literally no pay pan, no change in the pay or anything. But he wanted me to do all these videos and all this extra work. And I'm like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Doesn't add up.
Like it didn't make sense, right? But I did it because I'm a pushover or whatever. I'm easy. I'm just going with the flow. I'm like, that sounds good. And then what ended up happening is they wanted me to start posting my phone number on my media, like my personal number. And we ended up getting in a big argument about it because I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to put my personal number out there. It's already a lot to put myself out there as it is. Media. It's a dangerous place. I don't need people to, they can call. I'll put the dealership number. I'm down with that. They can ask for Sam, but and we got in a huge argument. And, my temper got the best of me. I said, I'm not going to work here. If that's really what you expect me to do, you know. So I quit, not because of skateboarding, but because of an argument,
Yeah.
and,
Understandable.
but at the same time, I'm like, I'm not going back to selling cars. And my wife had a pretty good job and my house is paid off. So we didn't have a whole lot of overhead, still got bills, but not a lot of overhead. So I was just doing like little side jobs, little like DoorDash, Instacart, all these little things I can do, at the same time, watching my boys at home. And my wife had a good job. So I was doing that, but yeah, obviously I was slacking and skateboarding. Not doing the DoorDash, not doing this card, making all these videos, getting better at skateboarding, loving the fucking thrill of all the views and the love and day one, supporting me. So I'm like, let's go. And my wife is my best friend in the world.
Yeah.
She's not your typical wife. She supports me 100%, So she's like, go make the videos, go do what you got to do, pursue your dreams. So she's supporting me, but that eventually ended. And we're like, babe, we got to think about something. This ain't working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so I go back to Honda, but they actually reached out to me and said, hey, that manager's not here anymore. It's a whole new group, Morgan Group. One of these sales guys called me, it's like, come back to Honda, and I'm like, ah. And I did. I ended up going back to Honda because he called me, and it's a whole new group. And here I am,
Nice.
and what a blessing, God's
Yeah.
work. So I'm posting videos at Honda now. You saw it today. I'm fucking
Mhm.
grand opening and, bringing the kicker ramp. My GSM, my GM, nothing but, family to me. They're like, they're sharing my videos on Facebook. They're liking it. They're skateboard whatever you want. They giving me like kind of a special schedule where they're like, go ahead and you got to sell cars. You need to be here, but we know at the same time you want to pursue your social media career. So can we find a middle ground? And they gave that to me.
Nice.
As far
Jesus.
as
That's
like,
fucking
yeah,
that's cool, man.
yeah, that's
That's
amazing.
awesome.
And
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah.
it's amazing. So like, as long as I clock in my 40 hours and, whatever and sell X amount of cars, which I do, I'm meeting quota. It's a blessing. So I can make skate videos. I can go to work and still make pretty good money. You know, I'm not number one in sales, but I'm not last either because I'm very experienced with what I do. So as soon as I get in front of somebody, it's pretty much a car deal. And I'm good. So this is it. That's the story of Samwise. I'm making skate videos. I'm selling cars, and and I guess that's it. Like it's pretty simple.
Hey, I
Like
want to chime in there. I'm really impressed that when you sell a car, it comes with a kickflip.
yeah. Well, I throw that in there sometimes. It's funny too, because like whenever I take it up, a customer, I don't tell them what I do.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like, hey, I'm Samwise. I'm a fucking skateboarder.
Yeah. You probably seen me
I work
before.
it naturally. But then
Yeah.
when they get back to my desk, right, they see this, right? Front cover Tampa Bay Times because it's like on my wall, right? Because I framed it, I didn't frame it, but I put it on my wall. And they're like, what's skateboarding salesman? What's that all about? And I explained the whole, what we're talking about tonight, like kind of in a short version.
Yeah.
And it's cool, and then like they're like, so it's like it's kind of cool to be like not hated, but like grow up as a rebel skateboarder, like kind of wasn't fitting in to anything other than my 3 other friends here, you know, to um getting a police officer to watch me skate today and
Crazy.
clap for me and cheer for
Crazy.
me. It's been a wild journey.
That's insane. Yeah.
It's been such a journey, And my boss is hyping me up, and like so I went from like a 90s like kind of rebellish, fuck police, fuck teachers, fuck,
Nah.
principals to like being accepted,
Yeah.
not just by my peers, which are my fellow skaters, but by my boss, by my, you know, even my own family finally is like, wow, Sam. My own mother, is like, wow, Sam,
We knew
this
you
is
could
wow.
skate, but holy
You're
shit,
like,
man.
wow, you're actually like hyping other people up, like you're
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
God's
yeah.
work, like that's incredible. And I go and I tell my mom, I'm like, I take it very seriously, mom. Like I'm a very not religious person, but I'm a very spiritual person,
Yeah.
and like if I have if I'm able to put some good out in the world, some way, somehow, because there's a lot of bullshit going on in the world, yeah, I'm gonna take it very seriously. And I'm gonna land my fucking trick. You know what
Heck
I
yeah.
mean? Because I want
Getting
people
that
to be like,
trick.
let's go. So, like, yeah. And that's cool. Because one of my comments I get is like, that that gives me goosebumps. It's like, Sam, I screamed yes at the end of your video. That's like one of my favorite fucking comments, right? It's like, I couldn't help but scream when he landed it. And I'm like, I know that feeling because I scream at the TV too.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Not at myself, but at somebody else that's succeeding something. So I'm like, wow, cool, man. If I could put that shit out in the world, man, let's write it till the day I die.
Nice.
Let's write it.
A lot
Let's
of
write it
positivity there, you know what I mean?
for real.
All right, cool. Well, I do have a few more questions, but I did want to kind
Let's
of
go.
break it up a little bit with some either or questions.
All right.
You ready? All right.
I'm ready. Let's
This is gonna
go.
be fun. All right. So Luke Skywalker or Darth Vader?
Ugh. Damn, bro.
Stevie, you go first.
Shit, bro. That's fucked up, bro. You know how much I love Star Wars? Come on now, man. Fuck.
I'm going
I'll go
Darth Vader all day, personally.
I'll go Darth Vader because I've always liked Empire Strikes Back because there's so much Darth Vader in the movie. So I'll probably have to go, and that's the reason why is because my favorite movie is fucking Empire Strikes Back, basically because in my opinion that's like the Darth Vader movie. So
Yeah. What
I
about
don't know,
you,
man.
Samwise?
That's hard.
I mean, instincts goes Luke.
Yeah,
Not that
of
I don't
course. Yeah,
respect the dark, right? Not that I'm a punk rocker. I love fucking Gurr,
Luke was
But
badass too, bro. He's fucking sick.
but at the end of the day, I always want to fucking cheer for the hero.
Yeah.
Simple as that. I'm always cheering for the good over the bad. But Darth Vader, though, straight gangster, right? Like one of the best bad guys ever.
Yeah, for me
That
though,
voice
it's the
acting, man.
dialogue when he dies.
Yeah.
When Darth Vader dies, it's that dialogue between him and Luke that was
on
really
Revenge?
touching
Yeah.
to me. So that's why I go with Darth Vader personally.
All right.
Yeah, that was cool, man. That was cool. I know what you're talking about when he died. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all emotional, telling him to take off his mask so he could see him with his actual eyes. All right, cool. All right, and next, this is a fun one too. Would you rather be stuck in Jaws or be stuck in Jurassic Park?
Like you mean it? What do you mean? Like in the movie? Like what
Yeah.
movie would I rather?
Jurassic Park. All right, all day. I ain't trying to be in no ocean. I ain't trying to.
Yeah, I was thinking
shark.
you're
I
kind of
ain't trying to
trapped,
deal
bro.
with no sea
Yeah.
life. If you're,
Seriously, not.
actually being eaten by a T-Rex wouldn't be like that's a dope way to die. So there you go.
He's like, that's a dope way to die, bro.
I'm gonna say it. Like fuck it, take me.
What about you,
What happened to
Steve?
Sam, bro? You got eaten by a fucking T-Rex, bro.
Fuck it, like what other matters
With the
and
little
shit,
arm?
just showing off. Yeah, fucking T-Rex got me. I put up a good fight, but that motherfucker got me.
Shit. I'd probably do the same, bro, because I was thinking about it and I was like, if you're on Jurassic Park, they do escape, you know what I mean? But like, it seems like if you're on a boat in the middle of the motherfucking ocean and there's just a shark underneath you, you're fucked, bro.
That
You
sounds
know,
terrifying, bro.
you know what I
And
mean? Like,
drowning, honestly,
I think it'd
drowning
be Jurassic
sounds
Park,
like the
bro.
worst way to die.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
for real. Like I don't want to think before I die. I just make
Oh,
it chew
for
my
real.
ass to pieces. Like done. Bam.
Yeah. I was
What
gonna
about you,
go
bro?
Jaws, but I think you guys talked me out of it.
He was like, you know what?
What?
Maybe
What?
not.
What?
Maybe not, bro.
No, Jaws just seemed like, just stay on the boat and hope that the boat doesn't go under and you're good. But yeah, as soon as you're in the water, it's a wrap, huh?
Yeah, I
It's
don't
just,
like
it's
that
just,
feeling
you're
of like
trapped, bro.
there's no fight back. There's
Yeah.
no fight.
Yeah.
Nowhere to
Shit's
run.
fucking. I can barely swim as it is. So
All right, I got a few more here.
right.
So, would you rather be Jafar, the villain from Aladdin, or be Scar, the villain from Lion King?
I'm gonna go Scar. Scar was cool, bro.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think.
know. That's a
Yeah,
tough one.
actually, Scar was cool, right? He was like
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
Jafar was kind of a little bitch.
Yeah,
He kind of
A
was.
little bit. Like he kind of seemed like that, like annoying ass motherfucker.
yeah,
But Scar has some OG to him, like, and he has more of a reason to be pissed.
True.
Honestly, right?
Yeah,
Because
true.
like his dad, or not his brother, is cooler, more handsome, tougher, but he was
Yeah.
stuck with brains.
yeah.
Like so. Yeah, easy question there. Easy Jafar. Jafar's a little bitch.
All right, cool. So next one. Would you rather be on the Titanic or be stuck on an island like Castaway?
Island all day,
Ooh,
baby.
fuck. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I think island too.
I don't have to think about it.
Yeah, the island. Yeah, you're gonna freeze to death, bro. If you in
Yeah,
Titanic,
you already know
Yeah.
on Titanic.
I know the outcome.
You're going
I
down.
can't think of that's got to be one of the worst deaths, man. Here's
Yeah,
all my
bro.
money, kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just-
bro. Yeah.
But Castaway though, right? Gangster movie. I love that movie. That shit, Wilson and shit.
I always wanted one of those motherfucking. Remember they had the volleyballs with the painted on the face and shit. I always wanted one of those. You can't get that shit no more.
Yeah, no, all day. I'll do the island. Like that's not even like I'm down just
Yeah.
for fun.
Vacation.
Try to survive.
Survivor Man, bro.
Yeah, I love that show.
Yeah, remember that show? Yeah, that
I
show was
remember
sick,
that
bro.
show. That was one of the best, bro.
Survivor.
I don't watch TV.
Survivor Man.
But I watch Survivor shows like Alone or like Survivor Man back in the day.
Yeah, Survivor Man was sick.
And skateboarding. That's really it. That's all I watch on TV. Survivor shows and skateboarding, bro.
All right, so the
All right, what
last
else?
one for the either or is: would you rather go up against the Penguin or the Joker?
Penguin. Because Joker is the baddest motherfucker on this planet.
What do you think, Stevie?
Yeah, I'd rather go Penguin only because, and I'm a huge Cobblepot fan too, but the only reason why is because the Joker has some crazy shit that pops off, bro, and he has a lot of like, he has some crazy. He's crazy, bro.
He's smart,
he's not just Yeah, he's
Joker's
smart.
He's smart.
He's a lunatic too, bro. Like Cobblepot, like he's kind of just trying to like make money and do shit like that. It's kind of just like a normal villain, but like Joker's a fucking maniac, bro. So yeah, I would probably rather do Penguin, Cobblepot.
I'll agree with
Penguin's
that.
just straight evil. Joker's like evil and smart. And I ain't trying to
exactly.
I ain't trying
to
because that means he knows what I don't like.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna get the upper hand.
But Penguin a bad motherfucker though.
Yeah, he was.
He's a bad motherfucker, so I don't want to mess with him either. So damn, remember the teeth and shit like in the movie?
Yeah. Oh yeah, bro. He was eating fucking real raw fish in that movie too, bro.
Yeah, so now I'm like, but Joker, because he bad, dude. He bad. Yeah,
it was Jack Nicholson in that old one too. That was dope as
yeah,
fuck,
you
too.
don't want to mess with that or Two-Face or nobody.
Yeah,
Batman
Two-Face.
bad guys were fucked up.
They were, bro.
Yeah,
they
Batman
were, bro.
bad guys were definitely like good, like thought out.
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
good.
All right, cool. So then, let me see. So this is kind of just a general question. I seen you post a video of you playing the piano. So I was just wondering, do you have any sort of musical background, or is it just something you kind of kick around?
Yeah, it's very sheltered though, So yes, I've just like skateboarding, I've treated music the same way.
Crazy.
Yeah, like I still play guitar like almost every day.
Cool.
My parents own a piano that I grew up on. Every time I go over there, I play it. I'm very shy. Like, I have a hard time even playing in front of my family.
Got you. Got you.
But the feedback I do get back is like, wow, damn, that's pretty damn. So, not to toot my own horn, but I'm very shy about my music, like very, very, very shy. But yeah. So to put myself out there with the piano like that, took a lot. So that's why I'm kind of blown back, even bringing it up.
What kind
Like,
of
I
guitar?
wasn't expecting that, so.
Yeah. What kind of
But
guitar
thank
do you
you.
have, boss?
That means a lot. It's $100 guitar from Guitar Center. Nothing special.
Cool.
Yeah. So as far as music, yeah, I'm just as passionate about music as I am skateboarding.
Crazy.
But what you see on the media is obviously, skateboarding.
Yeah.
But between the three of us, yeah, music is. We could the rest of the podcast could be talked about music, and I'll forget about skateboarding because I love music just as much. It's like I always say, like, what a great time to be alive when it comes to music. Just like 100 years ago, it wouldn't even make sense.
Yeah.
And where it's going now, shit, 100 years from now, I may not even like music anymore. So like, so what a blessing to be like Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath and even like, you know, uh, Kanye. I like Kanye. So Dr. Dre, fucking, all this cool like shit that we hear now. What a blessing to be alive right now. Yeah. When it
100%.
comes to
Yeah.
music, because 100 years ago, what was it like? Nothing. Well, it didn't even exist.
It was
Really.
something, but
It was
But
something,
it
but it
wasn't
wasn't
like
nothing.
this, like, I mean, it was something, and they're like twisting their records back and,
yeah.
but no way. But the expression we have with music today, the freedom of music,
Yeah.
maybe not today, but what it's been for the last 20 years is incredible.
It's
So like,
ridiculous.
what a
In the
blessing to
best
be
way.
alive to hear it, because there's been life for so long on Earth, and we're just kind of here now. So what a blessing to like get to hear it and enjoy it, and even just drive down the road, be like, as simple as that. Me as an individual, I really appreciate that extra, like, on the way to work, and to be able to listen to the punk rock music I listen to hip hop music I listen to. I'm pretty diverse when it comes to music. I don't listen to country, but I don't hate it either. Like, I appreciate, like,
Same.
like, I'm not gonna clown on you, but I'm not gonna rock out with you either.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be honest. So like, but I like the fact that we're alive to hear like me, my favorite bands are like AFI, right? Like Pennywise, like Rancid, Ramones, like Misfits.
Love the remotes.
When it comes to hip hop, it's like Twista, Dr. Dre, and then there's even like this new like era of like white boy reggae going on right now that I'm like 100% invested in. Like Dirty Heads and like Tribal Seed and like these like that's wow music, like wow music, like wow. I don't care what you look like. This shit is fucking good. Like this shit gets me going,
You a Sublime
So, like,
fan?
oh my God, Sublime
I
is
love
my
Sublime,
Bible,
man.
bro.
Yeah, I
Sublime
fucking
is
love
the
Sublime.
number one. Number one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sublime is
Sublime's
number
fucking
one.
badass.
Yeah, Sublime
Bradley's
is
just a genius, man.
Sublime is such a root in my soul. Like there are certain songs they play make me cry.
Yeah.
Like this, like what is it? Like 5 4 4 6 2 1 or whatever. One of their songs is about like having a baby and dealing with life and like all the like baby mama drama, and that song I used to scream at the top of my lungs
Yeah.
as I'm picking up my daughter, 3 hours away and still paying child support. Like like Ball and Chain. I think the song was called Ball and Chain,
Yeah.
and 40 Ounces of Freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
my
So
Ruka. That's a good one too.
Sublime is my root. Sublime is my Bible.
Mhm.
Like yeah, absolutely. So Sublime is like a lot of who I am. For sure.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right, cool. And then recently you also posted Tampa skateboarding contest from
Let's
last
go.
week.
Oh yeah. Tampa was crazy, bro.
How'd that go?
Oh, eye opener. Like, it's an eye opener for me. So I get a lot of love on, social media, likes, comments, but it's all just my phone. I go home to my house and my kids are there, my wife is there. Not all these people,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's just phone, right? It's just like the notifications. But when I went to Tampa Am, you know, it was like the biggest blessing of my life because it was like eye opening to what I do. So I'm kind of an anxious person. I'm not, like I'm kind of a solo person. I'm not actually that social. I sell cars, I do that, but I don't really put myself out there. So you ever seen Super Bad? Like
Yeah. Yeah, of course, yeah.
remember when he's like drinking in the bathroom because he's like anxious to have sex or whatever?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that was me at Tampa Am before I went to Tampa Am. So I'm sitting in my car because I'm nervous. I'm by myself, right? So I'm kind of like drinking by myself, like trying to loosen up, like come on,
Wiggle
Sam, you
up a
got
little,
'em,"
yeah.
you know. So that was totally me going in my car, And as soon as I get out of my car, bro, within like just 2 seconds, somebody comes up to me, Samwise, I watch your videos. I follow you. Can I get a selfie? So I get a selfie. And then so we do the selfie thing. And actually, one of the guys that does photography for Tampa Am runs up and it's like, hey, you're Samwise. Can I get a photo of you taking a photo with your followers? I'm like, yeah, yeah. So I start walking up to the gate, and one of the security guards runs up to me and goes, Samwise, can I get a photo? And we talk about skateboarding for a minute and some of my videos. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. And then I get to the front line and I'm kind of going through the line, they check him in, check him in, check him in. And it's finally my turn. I'm starting to pull out my ID. And they go, we know who you are. And I put my ID back. I'm like, oh, they're like West Side,
You're on the
Samwise,
list, bro.
they're like, oh, you don't need your ID, and we start bullshitting for a while. And I'm just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in pause,
Yeah, yeah.
like, wow. So they put the black wristband on and I go in and I only take a couple feet and people are coming up to me like, well, we watch your videos, so I'm taking selfies and I'm signing boards like in the first 10 minutes of being at Tampa
Damn.
Am. I haven't even like got to the skate park yet, like the entrance. And then some amateur skaters that were in the contest that I know that I've been watching come up to me. And they're like, bro, you're a big inspiration. You're killing it out there. I'm like, holy fucking shit. Right. So I'm taking
Can't
photos.
take this.
Yeah.
I should have drank more in the car.
Oh, I should have, right? So I'm like, holy shit, right? So I'm arms around them and I'm like, by the way, I follow you. And, so we're like geeking, like geeking off each other, like I watch you, you
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
me. So we're like best friends automatically. And so after 2 hours, I couldn't take anymore. I couldn't even want because I'm getting pulled left and right. Like, hey, not in a bad way, in a good way,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but 2 hours go by and I run back to my car because I couldn't take anymore. And I call my wife and I'm like, babe, she's like, you doing good? I'm like, yeah, but can you hang out with me for like 20 minutes? What are you doing? I'm sitting in my car. Why are you sitting in your car? Because I need a break. I need a break. Break from what? I'm like, dude, people know who I am. It's crazy, you
They
know?
know. They
Like,
know.
they know. They're like asking me to sign the board and selfies. I go, babe, I can't even go to the bathroom. It's crazy. People are like, saying hi to me and shit. It's like
Yeah, yeah.
fucking weird, so
That's
so
cool.
that was Tampa Am and like besides that, being loved and recognized, obviously like the other side of being at Tampa Am was going, damn, little Samwise would fucking love this because little Samwise grew up watching this shit.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so being there was like incredible because I did have a good solid like 20 minutes where I was leaned up on the post watching the contest. And nobody like said anything to me. And I just was, and I was, one of the team riders for Westside was standing right by me, so like I kind of knew him already. So we had some bond. So we were watching the tricks together, and like, yeah, yeah, oh, that was sick. Like watching, like two homies watching a video, like, but it was right. So I got that like nostalgic, holy shit, I'm at Tampa Am watching this shit. And I
Yeah.
got my homie next to me going, like, oh, that was sick. Switch, tray flip, blunt, like, it's two dudes just like fucking calling it out. And so that was like probably the best part of Tampa when I posted a photo of it. Like there's a photo of me just kind of like watching the contest. And that was like the best part of the whole trip. It was just
Gotcha.
like
Watch some
being part of the
skating, man.
crowd, cheering when the guys were like going nuts, like just being one of them. But yeah, actually like at Tampa Am, I really was getting kind of pulled aside and like took this like ridiculous amount of photos with other people I don't know. I don't know 'em. Like I don't can't remember their names and stuff like that. But it was I I I am that person.
Yeah.
Like when I see Bam or when I see one of my pros, I'm like, can I get a selfie?
Oh, hell yeah.
Can I get an autograph?
Shout out to
And
Bam.
you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like it was such a blessing, bro. This
That's
this,
dope.
this is all a trip, like it's incredible. Yeah.
Cool. And so you answered pretty much a lot of the questions that I had, but I did have one that you kind of answered, but just want to see if you want to elaborate a little bit more on it. That you mentioned growing up, your mom got you the skateboard from Walmart, but I saw a picture or a video that you posted where you're doing like a kickflip for your mom. And she seems like she's real supportive of what you're doing now. I'm just curious, growing up when you were starting out, has she always been supportive of you
No.
skateboarding?
No.
It was a taboo for a little
No.
bit, yeah.
No, absolutely not. I mean, yeah. So like, yes and no, right? Like, it's like it was never like a career, right? Like there was
Yeah.
never like this. I'm gonna make a career out of skateboarding. I think, but she was always like, so like for me to get my first skateboard took almost like a year
Gotcha.
of like convincing, like, oh, too dangerous, too dangerous. My mom's a Filipino lady, right? So like, but it's crazy because she never really supported it. She never went to my contest. She never like knew what tricks were. She wasn't that like Tony Hawk's parents. She was the
Gotcha.
opposite. Go you go get a real job, like
Yeah.
but I'm not trying to talk shit about my mom at all. It's just like a natural mom.
Yeah.
you know, but it's amazing because now she's my biggest support, like it wasn't that way growing up, but there hasn't been one video I've posted without her liking it or sharing it, now. But she doesn't know what a kickflip is. She doesn't know what an ollie is. She doesn't know who my favorite skateboarder is, you know. But that's okay. I'm totally cool with that. Like it's I've come to peace with it. Like okay, I didn't get the super skateboarding mom that some of these kids have, you know, but I'm a very spiritual person, so I try to take, you know, if it wasn't for the way I was raised, would I be where I am today?
Yeah.
Would I
Exactly.
have the edge? Would I have the edge I have? Would I even be that committed to skateboarding?
Yeah.
Without that resilience to my mom. Oh, you don't like it? Then I'm gonna do it even more. Like
Yeah.
like that whole like, oh, you
So
don't like
shout
it?
out to
Okay,
moms. Shout out to moms.
Mom, Mahakita, I love you. You're my best friend. I love my mom to death. I'm a mama's boy. Like, 100%. There is no shit talking about my mom. I'm only speaking the truth of how
Yeah.
I was raised. I don't want to perceive any other way than what it is, my story. I don't want to pretend like my
Yeah.
mom was super duper supportive of skateboarding. She's been super duper supportive of my life, right? Like caring about me being successful, caring about, you know, how I treat my children and and being with God and like, and keeping my house clean. The things the mom should do, you know.
Yeah.
But was
100%.
she my biggest cheerleader? No, not even close. Not even close. Unfortunately, but I think I gained some strength from that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that was. I think it's intentional.
Yeah.
Because some of that grew some like fire in me. To like, well, I am a skateboarder, so now let me be the best skateboarder I can. You know, because of it. So it's crazy how God works.
Yeah.
Or whatever higher power we're all living through. whatever your feelings are. I'm
Yeah.
not a preacher. I'm not preaching mine. I'm just sharing what I go through.
Yeah, well, I only asked because on that video I could just see how proud of you she is now. So that's why I bring it
Oh,
up.
yeah, she is. It's incredible. She talks to her sisters all the time now about it. Oh, my son is famous. Like,
My
and she's
son is famous.
unfiltered, right? There's no humbleness. It's like straight, like to the point.
Yeah.
My son, yeah, he because I can hear her talking to her sister. Oh, he got million of followers. Oh yeah, he's monetized. He get paid by Facebook. He get paid by Facebook now. He famous. You know, he gonna be rich one day. Watch. That's my mom.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
that's my mom. Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
cool.
Well,
My mom's a gangster. My mom's a gangster for sure.
well, that's all I got for you. You got anything, Stevie Ray?
No, man. I did have some questions, but he answered them in the beginning, bro. So
Same.
yeah,
Same,
so
I do
he
have
You
a
talk a
couple-
lot, bro. I appreciate you letting me fucking talk.
Oh,
Hey,
man,
I
we
do have a
appreciate
couple
you, man.
more.
appreciate
We
you.
like to end every episode the same way we start off with the icebreaker. So I do
Okay.
got a really good one to end this one. I think you'll get a kick out of
Okay.
this
What
one.
you
So,
got, bro?
Let's go.
so what are your top 3 skate videos of all time? And if you want to get specific, you could do even which parts of the video.
All right. Okay. Shit. All right. We'll start with third place then. Let's do a straight up countdown. All right. Third place. We're going with Suburban Diners only because it's legend to me. We talked about it earlier. I won't go on too long about it, but I'm gonna give it third place. Baker 3, second place, which is tough. Because it is at the same time it's the greatest skate video ever made. But Baker 3 is such an art piece to me. It screams so much about the culture, and it has such a diverse like video where it's not related to one thing, but it found a way to like take hip hop, rock, punk rock, all of it, and make one team. It was it's such a fight to say it's not number one. I almost want to go back and be like Baker 3 is number one. But we're talking 49-51, okay? 49%, 51%. Fulfill the Dream is the number one skateboarding video in the world. I don't think everybody's gonna agree with me, but it's made the most impact on my life. It's made the most impact on what I do now, how I skate, the style I try to pursue is more Fulfill the Dream than Baker 3, to be honest. I love the steeziness about Fulfill the Dream. I love the story. I love the whole team. I probably watched Fulfill the Dream on a real note between 10 and 20,000 times in my life. I've slow-moed the whole fucking video from beginning to end. There's no other video that made me go like this. Like, how did you do that?
Yeah.
The music's the music's perfect. They were very diverse too, though. Like as much as it was like fresh and steezy, they still had diversity in the video where like it shined on different styles. Like Steve Olson, Steve Olson's the beginning of that video, and Steve Olson is like wildcat, curly hair, kind of sloppy. And then you go to Chad Muska, who's like steezy and fresh,
Yeah.
and then you had Brandon
Always
Turner
fly,
and
yeah.
like, and then you had Sammy Baptista in that video, who's like a young cat. And that, he was only like 10 or 11, like doing tricks that are like adults can't do. So Fulfill the Dream had that kind of, like more brotherhood feeling to it. They had sections in Fulfill the Dream where they're like riding horses and like hanging out together.
Yeah.
And that kind of gave that more home feeling of like, not only are they putting sick tricks out, but they're homies. And I think in the skateboarding community, that's one of the greatest things about skateboarding is making friends, and like having that hype from your friends when you're out skating with only the 3 of you. And one of you is trying to do something big. So the other two's like, let's go, let's get it. And you get a lot of that out of Fulfill the Dream. Baker 3 is like, yeah, everything is sick, but it missed a lit that I think the reason it's second place is it missed that little bit of like, we're all one team. It did
Gotcha.
hit that, Like it did say we're all one team, but Fulfill the Dream had those montages where they're all together. And I'm like, dude, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's like that's what skateboarding is, like that's amazing. So Fulfill the Dream gets first place. Shorties, Shorties, Fulfill the Dream, Chad Muska, Peter Smolik, Steve Olson, they deserve first place for sure.
What about you,
But Baker
Stevie?
3 is definitely a runner-up.
So with me, I'm gonna go with past, now, and childhood. So for past, I got to give a shout out. So I had a brother named Junebug. He used to skate out in Salinas and mainly Santa Cruz, and he got a consignment deal, and he had tapes out in Bill's Wheels and other skate shops out there. And sadly, he lost his life, so I had to throw him on there. It was called Junebug's Dance. That's what it was called, the tape.
Yeah.
And then I also had this is my childhood one. My dad bought me this one, and it was called Tony Hawk Birdhouse VHS. That's all it was called. You know what I'm saying? And then the last one was I was gonna just shoot out Sam, man. That's what I'm currently watching right now, Samwise and stuff. So yeah, those are my three. Those are my three right now,
much
man.
love, man.
Hey, man.
Thank you. That's
you're
crazy.
my current favorite skater, man.
I still
appreciate
get
it,
goosebumps, I still get goosebumps from like comments like, "Hey, you're my
Mama.
favorite skater." Like,
Hey, man.
what the fuck?
We're
Like,
appreciative
yo,
of this shit, man. We were definitely
thank
excited to have
you.
you on, man.
Yeah,
Man,
for sure.
it pumps me up. I want to go make a skate video right now.
There you go.
All right,
like,
well,
thank you.
all right. Check out my list though. I think you're gonna.
All right, D.
I think you're gonna
All right, let's
agree
hear
with this one. All right. So
All right,
first
what's
and
number
foremost,
3?
Toy Machine, Welcome to Hell,
Oh my
specifically
God, bro.
Jamie Thomas.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's in my top 3 too, even though I didn't mention it.
Yeah, it's just growing up. That's like
Oh God.
wasn't the first one, but like when I was starting to get good at skating, that was one of the ones that would hype me up.
Got you.
There's another
Yo,
one.
Welcome
Another
to
one
Hell's a
that
great video.
wasn't as, I don't think was as popular at the time. It's called Underachievers Eastern Exposure 3. And there's a guy, Ricky Oyola, in there. And he's
Okay.
skating with Metallica playing in the background. It's black and white footage. And it's just a long skate part where he's just kind of, it definitely has got a vibe to it. So
Crazy.
that's my
Yeah.
number 2. And
Okay.
That one.
last but not least, and this is one of the first ones growing up, is Plan B Questionable. Was one of
Great
the
video.
originals.
Yep. Yeah, Welcome to Hell,
I
bro.
didn't
I'm so
remember that
glad you
shit.
brought that up though, like for real.
Yeah, Welcome
Like-
to Hell, sick, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that definitely needs to be mentioned. And honestly, that's probably over Suburban Diners for me too. Like I said, Suburban Diners for 3. But no, Welcome to Hell's right there, dude. Like what a great that made such an impact on my whole life.
Yeah. The leap
Yeah.
of faith, huh?
Yeah,
Dude,
the
Mike
lead-
Molinaro
yeah.
coming in hot, like in Welcome to Hell in the beginning. And then you've got, oh my God, and then Jamie Thomas's part, Iron Maiden, like that was like history. That like things changed in the skateboarding culture when that part came out with Jamie Thomas.
Yeah, for sure.
Like handrails were looked at differently, like rawness was looked at differently, like yeah, for sure. Good mention, bro. I'm glad you said toy. I'm glad you brought that up.
All right, cool.
Hell
I know
yeah.
it's late, but this is a quick one. If you guys want one more icebreaker wrap up.
Let's go.
Yes.
I'm good.
Hit it.
Let's
All
go.
right, while we're on here. So this is favorite after school cartoon growing up. Favorite after school cartoon.
That's so hard, bro.
Y'all remember Doug?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
cool, man.
Doug. Like I don't know if it was my favorite, but I don't know why I thought of it just now, but it was kind of that like the shit, like I remember that's it, like panty mayonnaise and
Yeah.
oh Skeeter,
yeah.
Skeeter. That's why I
Yeah.
like that show because the bully was cool. He was like blue skinned or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was that. Yeah. So I'm gonna throw Doug out there just because it was the first thought that came to my mind.
Nice.
Nickelodeon, baby.
Yep. What about you, Stevie?
After school, if it was after school, it was probably like recess, bro. I don't know if you guys remember that. Yeah.
Nope.
It was
I
dope,
don't
bro.
remember that.
It
I'll
was
have
dope.
to
Yeah.
Google it.
It was dope, bro. It was just about kids and fucking You gotta check it out. It's kind of sick, bro.
All
Yeah.
right, all right. Recess.
Recess. Yeah.
What about Ed, Ed, and Eddie?
I fucking love that shit.
Because I
bro.
don't know
love
why.
that.
I don't know why that made me think of that show. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I
too
love
much, but
that and Eddie, man.
Those cats were funny though. I remember that.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Ed, Ed,
I
and
love
Eddie.
that shit.
Yeah. All right,
Courage
D,
the Cowardly
what you got?
Dog. Remember that shit?
Oh yeah.
Courage was
What
cool.
was that?
Yeah.
What was that? Cat Dog or something like that?
Cat Dog was dope too. Yeah.
Cat Dog was dope.
Yeah. Angry
Fuck,
Beavers.
I remember Rugrats, bro. Remember Rugrats?
Rugrats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rugrats was good. That was like in the Doug times. Like came after Doug or something.
What you got, DA?
And a Stimpy, baby.
But yeah.
Ren
Oh,
and
yeah.
Stimpy
Good
was
one.
that was the first like cringy like.
It was. It was
Hey,
kind
have
of
you guys
groundbreaking.
seen the new Beavis and Butthead?
Yeah.
Dude,
Hilarious.
I haven't yet. Nah.
It's hilarious.
Bro, Stevie, it is
I'ma have to fuck with
so
it, yeah.
good.
Yeah.
If we share the same sense of humor, then
Yeah,
Beavis
yeah.
and Butthead. Oh my god, it was so good.
I'm gonna
I
have to
watched
fuck.
it.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
Beavis
fuck
and
with
Butthead,
that,
bro.
dude. Fuck with the new Beavis and Butthead. Mike Judd coming in hard because he's like
fucking
talking
so
about recent
talented, bro.
times. So you know how they did like the music videos and make fun of the music videos.
Yeah.
Now he's making fun of recent like reels.
That's fucking awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that shit.
Bro,
I'm gonna have to watch that
it's
shit.
hilarious.
I'm taking your word.
Watch that shit, dude. It's
Yeah.
dude. I was crying.
He's always
Hey,
crying, bro.
there's one episode where they're stuck in
do
a
it to you.
box, where they get taped in a box together. And
Yeah.
anyways, I think Beavis, he ends up kicking a hole through the box, and he's like, I
Yeah,
found
yeah.
a way out. And then the boxes on top of it smash their box. Dude, it's hilarious.
Bro,
I
and
love
it's still the same as it was,
yeah,
right? Like it's
Yeah,
up.
well-
It's like obviously it's like more modern,
yeah.
but it's the same. Like you get it,
Yeah,
but you didn't think of it.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And which is the beauty of what Mike Judd did. Like it's like you get it, you agree, but you never thought of that, and that makes
Yeah.
it's like yeah. The new Beavis and Butthead, dude. Oh fuck yeah.
All right, for my after school special cartoon
All right.
was DuckTales.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yeah, DuckTales was badass.
Yeah,
I like
Bro,
DuckTales.
that song was hot too.
yeah. I love that song.
Yeah.
DuckTales.
DuckTales is cool.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I remember that shit. You know what was cool about DuckTales was like that the coin vault, bro.
Oh,
Like remember
yeah.
when he
Oh,
was
yeah,
like
yeah.
dive in and he swam in
Yeah,
that
yeah.
shit. That was like that hit me.
I love
Like
that.
They're
shit
ahead
too,
of their
yeah.
time.
Like, look at that. Look
Yeah,
at
they
this cat
were.
with all this money.
They were.
You know? Look at DuckTales. Damn.
All right, cool. Well, that's all we got, man. And just want to thank you for hopping on.
Hey, man.
We
Yeah,
really
so much,
appreciate it.
man.
And it was actually
No, bro,
really
thank
cool chopping
you
it up with
guys.
you, man.
No, thank you guys. Thank you for all the
100%,
love.
man.
Thank you all for all the support, bro. Seriously.
Appreciate you,
man.
Sam.
The fact that you guys have seen my videos and you were inspired or to say something or like the video you put out there, D, that meant a lot to me, bro.
Thank you.
Like I put a lot of videos out and I get a lot of support back, but you put yourself out there and you said something and you said it the way it was and you were very accurate in what you said. You're very accurate, and because of that, I wanted to say, hey, because I've had some people reach out and like, hey, you want to do a podcast? You want to interview? And I'm pretty shy. I just ghosted it. Like I didn't say,
Yeah. I've
I'll
done that a
just
bunch
be
of times.
honest, right? I get a lot of messages, and a lot of weird shit that comes to me, and because of your video, and it was very humble and very real. I was like, you know what? I don't really like to talk about my story. When I post videos, I can edit it so I don't have to put out things I don't want to put out. So this has made me kind of nervous to do this today, to be honest, because it's very freestyle. It's very just be open. And the videos I put out there, I can edit the shit out. Like you don't even know it, but I throw my board a lot. I curse.
Yeah.
I'm screaming at the sky.
Hey, not all that
like,
gets edited out.
No, you don't see it,
not all
bro.
of it.
I'm gonna share it with you guys, but you don't see it. I've thrown my board. I'm crying because of not landing a trick.
Yeah.
Like I've been on the curb, like literally in tears. Like I can't figure this out, but I don't put that online.
Yeah.
Like I don't share everything.
Yeah.
So like I've been nervous about to share my real story today, but I appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you for letting me share
Thank
it
you, man.
today. And you guys are homies. You guys are fam. So like, you know, whatever I can do to help support your guys' channel and do what you guys want to do to grow, you know, you got my phone number, bro. Both
Yeah.
of you.
Yeah.
So don't be shy. And nothing but love. Thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity to share my story. It means a lot to me. It really does. So you know, keep pushing, baby. Keep pushing.
Yeah. And I also want to
Appreciate it,
say
man.
thank you. And we look forward to the content that you're putting out. Very
100%.
inspirational.
Yeah.
And we wish nothing but the best for you. Hope that you you know, I know it's 90K today, but hopefully 900K tomorrow. Wish you the best
Exactly.
of
I
luck.
Exactly.
appreciate that, bro. I'm only
Exactly.
reaching, man. I'm only reaching. So as long as people keep liking it, the numbers will keep growing. And the beautiful part about this is all I got to do is do what I love. I don't have to try. I just have to do what I love. So I will just ride God's wave, you know, and see where it takes me. So and if I can put some good in the world, I'm gonna take it very seriously. So
Nice.
all right,
Well,
Stevie D, nothing but love from me. You got a friend in Florida. All right.
heck yeah.
I hope one day we all get to kick it. And you know, you ever want to do this again, just reach out. We'll do it again.
For sure.
100%, man. Thank you so much, man.
All right,
Thank
man.
you so much.
Y'all have a wonderful night. Okay.
Yep.
You too, man.
Skate or die.
Skate or die.
All
Skate or
right.
die, man.
Much love, baby. All right. Peace out, y'all. Have a wonderful night. God bless you.